This is December 16th in Kharkiv. This morning about 8:45, there were a couple of loud explosions, and about 15 minutes later all the power went out in the whole city. And then shortly thereafter, generators fire up and a lot of businesses are open. I'm just outside the biggest outdoor market here in Kharkiv, and it's early afternoon now, but I have no idea what was hit or how long it'll take to get power back up. So this is the 16th, and we'll see. And I know there was from what I've seen in the news, it was a pretty widespread event. So I heard that Russia sent about 60 more of these missiles towards Ukrainian infrastructure, power infrastructure. So they probably spent another $1 billion on their precision missiles on this strike. So we'll see how long it takes Ukraine to power back up. And of course everybody's by now adjusting to using generators and coping to at least temporary power outages. So I just took a tour of this large outdoor market for my own sake to see when everything's open, about the availability of pack boots. This is what we call, aiming my feet here for a minute. Anybody who lives in northern New England, spent winters in the North Country, I'm going to imagine Wisconsin, Minnesota, Canada, maybe in the Pacific Northwest, is well familiar with pack boots. Everybody has at least a pair or two. These that I've got on, I bought years and years ago, cost me about $100 maybe. And I do see them for sale in this outdoor market, which has a lot of military gear as well. But where I don't see them is on the feet of the soldiers. And I haven't seen a single soldier wearing pack boots, which is to say boots that are rubber at least up to the ankle and that are insulated. The insulator, typically the liner can come out and get dried out. And if you are stationed standing in a trench, if your job is to man a trench this time of year, that's what should be on your feet. So, because if you're standing in one place, your feet are going to get cold anyway. But with the kind of canvas shoes or even leather boots that all these guys are wearing, your feet are going to get soaked, be freezing cold, caked in mud. Things are still varying between freezing and just above freezing. So right now, for example, it's above freezing. Water on the ground is liquid. A lot of time it's slushy. And at some point it'll probably get colder for a sustained period. But even at that, if you're standing in one position, one place for hour after hour in a trench, there's not only are your feet going to get at this time soaked and freezing cold, then you're just 10 times more likely to get bad head colds. So I see a lot of these guys actually do have head colds. It's not surprising. And then those are going to spread around in whatever kind of barrack setting people have, even if they can get warm for a certain number of hours per day. Your feet are that cold for hour after hour. So I know the Ukrainians, as I've mentioned in a previous video, they have chances to get breaks. They have chances to warm up, not on a daily basis, certainly once in a while. But if you're stuck in a trench, manning a trench, you're looking at potential for pneumonia, hypothermia, and even at some point frostbite. So on a rough calculation basis, it would cost something like the amount of money that they spend on artillery shells in one day to get a good pair of pack boots for every potential soldier that does or may man a trench. Say on the high side, that might be 100,000 guys. I don't think it's that anywhere near that number, but let's just say it is. I'm sure that they're spending on bullets and artillery shells more than that on a daily basis. So, for what it's worth, put it out there. And these boots are available. As I say, I just took a good tour through this market, but not widely enough and not widely enough used so far. Maybe that's just a seasonal thing and they'll switch, but I've seen guys post videos where they're basically coming out of these trenches that are mud filled and finally taking the boots off their feet, and they're just wearing these either leather boots or canvas high tops. Those are quality footwear. I'm not knocking them. And for most other situations, they're probably better. But not for standing in a freezing trench. So I'm going to be keeping tabs. Obviously, it affects me as well, just in terms of inconvenience. And as you could see, people's reaction to not having power would go about their lives, and it is inconvenience. It's difficult in terms of, obviously more dangerous in terms of road travel. There's no traffic light right here, but even where there is traffic lights, we've got no backup power for traffic lights, so that makes things fairly more dangerous. But we'll keep tabs on the power situation, see when they get things powered back up and how many hours per day there's going to be power after this. December 16th, Kharkiv.